Alright Kings, welcome to another video. It's your boy Shiraz here guys. I hope you're winning in life and doing well and looking after yourselves. Let's get down to business. Semen retention is your saviour in a hypersexualised world guys. And don't kid yourself fellas, we are living in a hypersexualised world. We are inundated with sexual images, or the movies you watch, the Netflix you watch. Hell, guys, I don't know if you've noticed this, but this is what I've really noticed. You can't get any peace at the gym to train now. The gym has become a hypersexualized environment, and that's a video for another time. In fact, that may be a content to come after this one. So we're constantly being inundated, we're brainwashed, and we need to, as men, protect ourselves against this. You need to. I've emphasized this before, especially to the young demographics that watch my videos. You need to exercise some sort of sexual control. And there's still simps out there that just cannot do it. Simps that are still over-validating women. Simps that are still causing the delusional sense of modern women today. This is why women have become so delusional. To the extent that, guys, hey, women in the numerical levels of 3 still think they're 10s, guys. You get these larger women that still demand 6 foot 6 figures. So this is the delusion that these beta male simps have allowed women to get reach to a point where they've reached in their delusion warped ideology. And thus this continues in society, and obviously the powers to be in the modern day society is telling these women, hey, independent girl power, you don't need men, all this stuff, telling them to be yourself, be free, guys, show off your booty. I mean, even these larger women guys are showing off their booty now. I talked about this in one of the other videos. They're wearing these, the new style is, see, women don't think for themselves, guys. They will follow the herd. So whatever the latest fashion is, they will just follow it. Sell to a woman. I've said this before. If you're going to create a product, sell to a woman, guys. They'll buy it. They just follow the herd. Okay, and so it's these kind of like low cut boxers, and you get these larger women wearing these low cut boxers now. Hell, guys, even what I've noticed is younger children, parents that have children that are quite young, and they're young girls. I find it really it's really weird, because they're allowing these younger girls to wear these kind of real low shorts. Now, you can take what you want from that, but I mean, personally, in my opinion, the if you're getting a really young girl to do this, you're sexualizing her, because you're I mean, that is, wearing something that short is provocative even at that young age, and dressing somebody at that young age that way is sexualized. This is what you can't get away from it. Even these parents are encouraging their kids to dress in this manner. At my day, when my sisters were growing up, they would have got shot for dressing this way. But obviously this is the time we live in. We can't really we can't really say that, because you get shot, or you're seen as being sexist, or not politically correct, or misogynist. All this kind of stuff. Well, I maybe not called misogynist. Maybe if you said something in that sense, it would probably be more misogyny. But so you're bombarded with that everywhere you look, and so it's really out of control. And men in general are, by nature, guys, highly sexualized, right? But then again, females hide this, guys. Females are more, I could even argue, more highly sexual than men. But being that way, it's a very, very tough situation for men nowadays, because it's hard for them to control that situation unless they have the discipline to control that situation. Therefore, this is where semen retention comes in. This is why retention is such a powerful tool against this hypersexualized society, when you practice semen retention, when you have the semen retention teaches you discipline, it takes you away from the sexual thoughts, it takes you away from um, even an engagement in any type of encounter or that sort of putting yourself into that kind of environment where you are tempted at you're consistently practicing getting away from that mindset. Your shift gets away from that mindset. You're trying to through abstinence. You're trying you 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 cleanse yourself of these sexual thoughts, and it gives you more power and it gives you more of a defense system not to be affected by that, not to constantly have these sexual thoughts, because you're in abstinence. You're not constantly fornicating. Men that constantly engage in this hypersexualized society, guys, they just it becomes so difficult to get out of it. I recently met up with a gentleman that was an old associate, and he's still engaging in this. He just can't get away from it, and this is the danger. This is the danger, guys, in this hypersexualized society, and especially with modern day women today, nowadays, modern day women that just have the values are maybe questionable. It's a very very dangerous situation, guys, that you need to protect yourself with. And semen retention kind of gives you that defense mechanism from this hypersexualized society. It can't attack you the way it attacks a normal man, a man that doesn't practice abstinence, that doesn't try and control his sexual urges, because he's not retaining. I mean, all these guys that bust their nuts constantly, guys masturbate, PMO. Hey guys, sometimes even the urges come up. Even the urges come up sometimes to me, and even as a guy who's practicing semen retention, sometimes the drives are there. It's difficult. Imagine somebody that is not in this current practice in this hypersexualized society. They don't have any control, guys. It's crazy. So it gives you that defense mechanisms. It gives you that control to fight against the inundation of hypersexualized images and hypersexualized worlds. It's you need to have this in your toolbox as a man. Now, I'm not saying stay in it forever. I know a lot of young guys out there want to go out and maybe experience, a wee bit of dating here and there. I'm past that point. I'm at a point where I've been there, done it. Certainly, even if I was in the younger ages, or younger stages, or like in my 20s or early 30s, guys, I would the state of female nature and modern day females now, I wouldn't even engage in that. I would not be engaging with them from the knowledge I have. Because it's just games. It's too much hard work, guys. It's playing games. Women are delusional about their value. They're over delusional about their value, guys. They and modern day society's made them this way. So, what they demand, they do not have the value to demand that. But yet they're delusional that they demand it. Therefore, a man has to puppet around and work his ass off to impress this woman, or trying to get into her pants, do all this stuff, guys. Hey, I would not be doing that. I certainly will not do that ever again, guys. I won't even. I refuse to work. Do any sort of work to get female attraction. If that female is not coming to me, guys, forget it. I'm not interested. I wouldn't even, because I'm in practice retention, don't care anyway. But if a female was interested, I wouldn't be doing any work to get her. She'd have to come to me. And guys, I can go whole honestly say this: a lot of women most of the women that I've had experiences with in my life, I didn't really pursue or chase them. It was always organic. It was always natural. They always came to me. Okay, I didn't do any over chasing. The two ex-girlfriends I had, they chased me. In fact, they tried to pull me, guys. Okay, I didn't really have to do much work with that. Okay, in fact, I didn't even take them. I don't even think I took these girls out on dates. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I think well, that's a lie. But I think the second one I met up with just at the cinema, and I think she paid her own ticket, which was the way. And the first one, I can't even remember doing any official dates with her. Got maybe deep into the relationship. We were talking about 14 years ago. Deep into the relationship, we maybe went for one or two meals and stuff. But you're talking about guys like a decade past when they weren't as worked, still work, but weren't as worked. A couple of meals there, but I can't recall any time putting in this chasing work to get a female ever. I could honestly say that, guys. All the plates I spun, guys, was just it just organically happened. If I was at a bar or a club, you're obviously intoxicated, guys. You're in the moment. It was never chase. It would always get through conversation, and I would get the girl through conversation and this stuff. I would never kind of go out my way to chase it. I never went out to chase women at work or anything like that, guys. I could honestly say that, and especially today now, I would never do that. Right as of right now, I don't have the time to be dealing with females, guys. It's too much work, it's too much headache, it's too much games. I don't have the time to play games with women. We digressed a wee bit here, but I think it's important that I put this into the context of the video. And the reason I'm saying all this is because when you're in a hypersexualized society, you will be involved in all this. You will be involved in all these games. You have to deal with the games females play. You'll have to deal with the dating side of it, and you'll be inclined to do it, guys, because you don't have control. You won't have control of your libido. You'll just want to chase and try and get a woman, trying to get a relationship, or women try and get your end off. Even when you're trying not to do it, you're inundated with these images that are just right in your face 24/7, and semen retention gives you the immunity, the defense mechanism not to do it, because once you have that sexual control, once you're in this process of abstinence, it less affects you. You can maintain the control, you can get on with your work, you can continue in your plans. You see these images, but they don't affect you as much. Guys, you still might see a pair of tits and go, oh my, the pair of tits, or now and again you're flicking through something, guys, because everywhere you look, like you're looking at net. I don't watch Netflix, guys. I was looking at that Tom Hardy Havoc, and I don't watch Netflix, period, but there was something about Tom Hardy's Havoc, and I thought, oh, he's made something on Netflix. So I had a look, and when you're flicking through to find the Havoc, you see all these things, and then you'll see maybe a sexual drama that's 18, like a new drama they've got, because there's a lot of these Korean dramas they're putting on Netflix, and it's just these kind of erotic dramas, guys. Go and have a look at Netflix, guys. It's just when you're scrolling through it, you'll see a woman's steamy picture or something. Like even wee images like that will hit your brain, guys. Will hit your brain. You don't realise, but it hits your brain, and it kicks in those sexual images. See, this is how they work in society. This is how it's a hypersexualized society. Even an advert, like on television, they'll give you sexual images and that. So it's everywhere. And semen retention will just give you an immunity to this, guys. You all maybe see these images, you go, all right, well, a pair of tits in my face, but it won't damage you as much, because you're in a state of righteousness, guys. All right, I'm not saying hallelujah, be righteous, all that kind of stuff, but you're in more of a righteous state, guys. You're not thinking of just sex, guys. My current thoughts right now are always on life, is always on reading, gaining knowledge. Where's the next step? How can I improve here? How can I improve there? How do I can I improve my life in certain areas? It's never to do with that. Hell, guys, I don't I don't talk to females at the gym. I refuse to. There's one girl that comes over to me, and out of politeness, I talk to her. She's all right. She's an African girl. I'll not say her name for privacy reasons, but very pleasant, very pleasant. She makes time to go out to talk to me. Just a pleasant in general. Say hello, just be polite, and say how's your training, and then I'll walk away. But I've been in the same gym now for maybe over 5 years, and I can honestly say I've not talked to one single girl in the 5 years of that gym, or validated any of these girls par. Two girls actually in the 5 years I've been in that gym. One of the ones, she used to come in the morning. I've not seen her in a while. I used to talk to her because she used to smile away, and it's a wee bit of bubbly character. And when she would sometimes stop and talk to me, I think she was a med student or something. So, but I do not validate these females in gyms. I don't look at these females in gyms. And guys, it's very difficult in there. Sometimes I have to turn around and explain this in my videos as well, because the arses are in your face. Sometimes when you're training on the machine, they're deliberately coming in front of you, and your arses are right in front of you. They're trying to get in your way. I think last Friday there was two middle-aged ones, like two out of tens guys, middle-aged, dressed like 20-year-olds. And it was awful because every time I was training and trying to look in another direction, they kept putting their bums in the area I was in, then trying to get in front of the mirror I was training in, trying to check out my form. Gotta watch out for these girls, guys. They're crazy, man. They're crazy. They're addicted to attention and validation, and they'll do anything to get it. As I say, that's why they wear all these outfits and stuff, and so you're bombarding even in ways like that, and even in places you're going now, where you're there for your health and fitness, you're bombarded with hypersexualized, sexualized females. They from the dress senses to to the behaviors they employ. And don't get me wrong, guys. Any of you simps out there that want to argue, no, they're just there to train. It's just fashion. It's not fashion, guys. Women know what they're doing. Women dress provocatively in this way, to get attention, validation. Don't make the mistake on that. They're wanting looked at, and and then once a poor victim looks at them, then they cry pervert, or then they cry this on social media. You've seen all these kind of TikToks. So this guy was looking at me when I was doing my squats, all this crap. So yeah, so we live in a hypersexualized society, guys. Build up your defense mechanism. Now, like, here, guys, I've said this before, all right? I've said this before. Listen, use semen retention as a tool. You don't need to do it forever. Use it as a tool if you find society so hypersexualized. Use it as a tool to gain some sort of control, and to gain control of your sexual urges, and get to a level where it doesn't affect you as much. You don't need to just bust your nut and release your sexual desires amongst anything else. If it comes along organically, or you're in a situation, or you feel the time to kind of bust those nuts, guys, then or you just want to go through a phase of spinning some plates, hey, go ahead and do that. But I advocate that you stay in retention, guys. I will make you a better person. But hey, guys, you don't need to be on it forever. So as I say, hypersexualized society, guys, use this as a tool. Use this as a tool to cleanse your head, guys. Sometimes, as I said, it comes back to me as well. Sometimes it's just it's a difficult situation. It's especially where I am at the moment. The weather's getting better, guys, and where I am in the UK, they don't get the weather as much, so they will get bare naked, guys, up here. As soon as they get a bit of tinge of sunlight, they get bare naked up here, guys. I'm not joking. Like, even if it's cold, like 12 degrees, but it's bright sun, the women will be very scantily dressed. I mean, you get it, as I said before, in a lot of places in the UK, Manchester, Newcastle, Just go and look at these TikTok videos, guys. But up where I am, guys, they'll use any excuse to get the summer stuff out, and the jiggly pops up, like kind of wiggle that. Yeah, they'll get any excuse to get them wiggling, guys, in the summer. So yeah, use some of your attention as tool, guys, and protect yourselves, guys, and protect your sexual urges, guys. These it's tiring. Females are tiring, guys. They're such a tiring situation with them at the moment, and a lot of men are checking out, guys. Men have checked out. I was in a bar having orange juice for the first time in 5-6 years. Just to end this video, guys, I might make a video on this, and I noticed a lot of things in this bar that I want to talk about in the content. And there's groups of these females, guys, all single, which I've not seen bars before, and there's lots of single girls in a bar just sitting in groups, and no men were approaching them. And it's showing the sign of the times, guys. And a lot of these women were in their 40s, 50s. So that's a video for another time, guys, just to make that point. So yeah, just protect yourself, guys. Hypersexualized society, use semen retention to protect yourselves, guys. Like, share, and subscribe to the videos. I'm going to leave it here till the next one. Shiraz out, guys. Take care. See you soon.